funny how life can change seasons when you're not expecting it. Just a few months ago, my life looked completely different. I had just quit my job, packed my bags, and set off to travel across Europe and Asia with my husband. At the time, it felt like the beginning of a new chapter, the one that filled with freedom, adventure, and the kind of experiences you hope that will change you in the best ways. And in many ways, it did. For weeks, life slowed down. We wandered through cities we had never seen before, got lost in quiet streets, drank coffee in little coffee shops with no rush to be anywhere. There were no strict schedules, no routine, just the simple joy of being present. It felt like a season of exploration, not just of the world, but of life itself. And in that moment, everything felt wide open, everything felt possible. But somewhere in the middle of that journey, life surprised us. In the middle of the new city and the unfamiliar place, we found out that we were pregnant. It wasn't something we had planned for that exact moment, but it was something we had quietly hoped for a very long time. Before this trip, there were years filled with waiting, with questions, with moments of wondering if this dream would even ever become real. Infertility has a way of teaching you patience in ways you never expect. And it has taught me to hold on to hope very gently. So when we saw that positive test, the feeling was hard to describe. It was unexpected. But at the same time, it felt like a prayer that we had been holding on for years finally got answered. And almost instantly, something inside us changed. The same trip that once felt carefree suddenly felt a little more delicate. We became more cautious. Every step felt more intentional. Every decision carried a little more weight. Without even realizing it, we had already stepped into our parent mode, protective, careful, and thinking about someone else other than ourselves. There were a few more travel plans we had dreamed about finishing on that trip, but once we found out, we knew some of those adventures would have to wait. And surprisingly, it didn't feel like we were losing something. It felt like we were choosing something far more meaningful. So instead of chasing more destinations, we chose to slow down. We made our way to Cambodia to share the news with our family, to celebrate this moment together. It was a different kind of milestone from the ones we had imagined while planning the trip, but somehow it felt even more special because the joy wasn't just ours anymore, it was something our families and friends could hold with us.
Feels like that. Yeah, it feels like that. Na, na, na. Feels like that.
Eventually, we returned home, back to everyday routines, back to normal life. But life didn't feel the same anymore. The season of adventure had quietly turned into a season of preparation, a season of waiting, and a season of becoming parents. These days, life looks a little more quiet. There are slower mornings, small preparations around the house, and the quiet moments of imagining this little person who will soon be part of our lives, and things may not be as quiet anymore. Sometimes I still think back to that trip, how it started with the excitement of exploring the world and slowly became the beginning of something even bigger. If this journey has taught me anything, it's that life doesn't really follow the timeline we imagine. Sometimes the biggest changes arrive quietly, in the middle of the life you thought you were living. And sometimes the plans we let go of make room for something even more meaningful. One thing I've learned through this season is that life isn't always about controlling the next step. Sometimes it's about trusting the season you're in, about embracing the unexpected, and about recognizing that some of the most beautiful chapters of life begin in ways we never planned. We're now in a new season, the one that filled with anticipation, gratitude, and a lot of unknowns, while waiting to meet the little life that has already changed us so much. And if there's one thing I hope this story reminds you of, it's that even when life takes an unexpected turn, it might just be leading you to exactly where you're meant to be. Because sometimes the most beautiful seasons of life begin with a surprise.